leading criticism of the Bible is the fact that the oldest copies that we had of the Old Testament at that time were dated 900 AD, hundreds of years after they were supposedly written by Moses and Isaiah and Samuel and Amos and all of the prophets. So how can we be sure that, like a game of telephone, I tell Connie, Connie tells B, B tells Mary, Mary tells Tony, Tony tells Alvaro, and it's completely different than what I said in the beginning, right? You played that game. Well, the Bible is the same. Nah. That's what the critics said in the 1900s. Then a discovery came in 1947. They were called the Dead Sea Scrolls. A bunch of old scrolls, mostly copies of the Bible, that were dated between 200 BC and 100 AD. 200 BC to 100 AD. And one of the biggest discoveries was the entire copy of the scroll of Isaiah. Said the liberal critics. Now we will finally show you fake fools that our telephone theory was right all along. Be prepared to tear up your church membership when you see all of the errors that have crept in down through the centuries. You know what they found? The scroll of Isaiah that was discovered in the Dead Sea Scrolls compared to those manuscripts from 900 AD. And you know what they found? Absolutely nothing. Not one word of difference. Their telephone theory fell apart like a house of frickin' cards. You know why? Because God preserved his word as it was from the beginning. And there is no other piece of literature in human history that comes close to the accuracy that we have in our scriptures. Not even close. Don't get me started. And by the way, all of those liberal critics, shut up. Shut up. Not you, shut up.
Why, being the optimist and believer that I think you are, why aren't you encouraged by these things, that it's all coming out, rather than being discouraged and angry because of your talk with a few priests?
Because those are the people that are not telling you what the facts are and are promulgating these myths that are undermining people that don't know any difference faith. And that is damaging. That is deceptive. That is wrong.
I agree, but there is more right coming out than wrong coming out as we pursue the studies of what is coming out.
But that will never be on the 6 o'clock news. You will always hear the other opinion, you know? And that's, again, unfortunately, the day and age that we live. But you're right, things have changed, and they are changing for the good. But I'm just saying that the average person that hasn't been to Bible study here probably doesn't know these things. Yes?
No, when you were talking about the seminary, were you talking about archdiocesan priests?
Yes.
I've just never heard, this is all so new to me, I've never heard.
Thank God you never encountered it. But I tell you, I have met people that have come to this Bible study that have told me, I've been to Saint such and such, and they teach completely opposite the way that you teach, Chip. This is the first time I ever heard any of this. And and they're saying, thank God someone is preaching this, teaching this. Thank God. I've been looking. I get people from all over this archdiocese that because their parishes just simply don't have one, or they teach this nonsense that I'm talking about. As if it's just gospel Catholic faith, and it's not. It's not. It never was. It's just an effect of our times. And the reason I get so passionate, because I like I said, in my own conversion, I hit headlong into it big time. And it threw me for a loop. And if it threw me for a loop, I can only imagine what happens to other people. Well, I don't have to imagine, they tell me. Like I said, seminarians who drop out because they lose their faith. And I'm like, holy God in heaven, what can we do to stop this? It's bad teachers. It's not our faith. It's bad teachers. Yes.
When I was in elementary school, I had a priest who taught me that Jesus was actually born in Jerusalem. And he taught me a few other things that I'm pretty sure were not correct, but that was the main thing I remember him teaching me. And so it does happen.
Yes, Tony.
As we go back to the beginning, at the scripture is God breath, and it's written through many forms, letters, storytelling from many generations, letters sent to churches, and also parables. And those stories are true stories because it's written by the real people at the real time. And you have to see that God actually exists right now in front of us, and we normally miss it. You know why? Because the same people that's struggling and hope the same way right now. The Pharisee, the high priest, the expert of the law asked Jesus, testing him, bringing the law with us, to test him and tell that false, all false. Like the story we discussed last week or the week before about the parable of the Good Samaritan.
Yes.
See that how brilliant Jesus turned the table.
Yes.
See that? And also the story of the adulterous woman.
Yes.
See, who brought that out? The expert of the law, the high society, the people that right now we say PhD in theology.
Right, right.
See that they criticize the same thing. What happened at that story in the Bible that reflect a different time now in our time.
Yes.
You see, very similar.
It is very similar.
Very similar. It's struggling.
Yes.
It's hope, and that's why the Bible still endures.
Yes.
And that's why people still hold on to it with the hope. Look at Catherine. When her son sick, she back to the Lord with her tear out. It's just like a woman reaching out. I want to see. Hear me.
Yes.
It's not right to throw food from the children on the table of the children to the dog. But master, even the dog, eat the crab falling on his master's table. If you read that many times, you will feel in your heart how faithful she is.
Yes.
And
Yes.
by faith you cure. It's just like 10 lepers. One come back as Samaritan. It's the one that I always criticize.
Mm-hmm.
See that?
Mm-hmm.
And even Jesus, they call him are you evil and right, you are Samaritan.
Yes.
One of the gospel, the verse. See the struggle that I have, it's the same struggle we have today.
Yes. But I don't want to cut you off, Tony, but I'm looking at the time, but I want to emphasize something that you said there that is so important. That you're right, the Pharisees and the high priests and the teachers of the law, they knew the Bible back and forth. And Jesus was standing right in front of them. And did they believe him? No. So why would we think modern scholars today search and dig out the scriptures and come away unbelievers? Is there something different about those that have faith and those that don't. And it doesn't matter how learned you are or how educated you are. In fact, in some cases, you educate yourself away from God. You're so smart, you can't see God right in front of you, just like the Pharisees. Staring Jesus in the face and completely missed him. But the leper, the adulterous woman, the fisherman picked him up like that. You know? Why? Because they were smarter? No, because they had faith. There was something simple about that faith. And that's more important than vegetable soup behind your name. Amen? So just realize that. I'm looking at the time. I realize we didn't get through nearly anything that I wanted to. Big surprise, I know, for everyone. But that just means you have to come back next week. So may the Lord bless and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and grant you peace. Have a good night.
Thank you.